one of you.
I want you to deal with your problems by becoming rich.
This is my home. They're gonna need a wrecking ball to take me out of here.
Good day, everybody, wherever you are in the world today, whether it's morning, evening, or anywhere in between. Welcome to unRekt Traders. We have a new weekly open on the Nexus here, so we're going to talk about that. But first, just kind of looking at this monthly. We do have a naked monthly down here, so price didn't come in, came pretty close coming down into it, but that was more or less the monthly open. And from there, because we did open above that monthly range, we basically just shot right up into that monthly R1, taking out the previous month high, but we didn't actually come back into this monthly range. We just continued to push up higher. So there is a high probability that PEPE coin will come back to this price here, which is quite a substantial way down, to be honest with you, 60%. We do have a naked weekly pivot here. Now we did hit the range on this monthly R2, but this pivot does sit here, which also gives us the possibility for a move down of 43%. But let's take a look at the current new weekly, because that's kind of what we really want to focus on. So I'm just going to come into a smaller time frame so we can see it better. Now let me bring up the daily as well. So with the new daily, this is a neutral bearish. So it's kind of within the previous range. So the pivot itself is within that previous range just. And so it kind of makes it a neutral. So there is the possibility for a trend change. And if we look at the daily itself, for the most part, let me bring up a couple more just so we can see them. So for the past 3 days, we've been in a bearish trend, and we've pretty much received that. So we are looking for a continuation to the downward direction. As of right now, we're sitting within that previous month range, or sorry, previous day range. Now, if we do break below this area here, then we'll be looking at taking out the previous day low. Let me just bring up previous day low so we can see it on the chart. All right, so there's our previous day low. And then if that did happen, then we'd likely come back to this monthly R3. We'll see if we hold support. If it doesn't, we could push down further, like down into the weekly S1, daily S2. As of right now, we're kind of hugging the top of that daily range, which is a good thing because we really want price currently to come up into this weekly zone. And this weekly zone is higher than the previous week. So we are looking for a continuation in the upward direction on the weekly. Now, the only problem with this is we do have our opening below the weekly. So we would expect price to first push down in the downward direction, taking it to previous week low, which is the previous day low as well. Now our saving grace, as we are kind of pushing up, is that if I come into the micro time frames, you can see that we have a 2-hour and a 4-hour above us. The 12 hours already fallen through, but we do have this 4-hour above us as well. So this 4-hour could bring price up into it, which is kind of what it's chasing right now by the looks of things. So we are looking at like a 1.5 to a 2% move to the upward direction. We might hit this before I'm done this video, we'll see. But our ultimate goal for this is to push above that 4-hour and then come into this previous day high, which is at 5%, or the possibility of coming right into that weekly pivot of 9-10%, let's just say. So, previous day high is what we really want to aim for. Once we get past that 4-hour, coming into this weekly pivot. And then if we're really lucky, we can come up into this daily range here once we get above this one, and then come into this naked pivot. This range itself has been hit, but it was only by a wick. Technically, we still classified it as being a hit range, but there is that possibility of still coming into this pivot. So we'll see how this plays out. We'll see if this finds support. It gives us a little extra time by the time I upload this video to get up into that 4-hour. If not, then we'll hope for this weekly. And if that's been hit by the time I upload this video, well, I guess we hit it. So, all right. So I'm going to call it here. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.
Visit unrekt.me and download our free powerful indicators. And join our community of traders in our Discord server and get full access to the Machine Suite Indicators, the Nexus Suite Indicators, and the Nexus Screener.